Welcome to the Lift Journal, a session-by-session record of my progression in foiling from a beginner's perspective, sharing the highs and lows of my experience firsthand. Good morning. So, it's like 5:46. Woke up pretty early, got some good stretches. I'm gonna meet up with a person that is kind of going through the same journey as me, this guy Steve, about a half an hour north of where I live. I read on a podcast that sometimes what you really have to do when you're beginning is really search out waves, and I feel like I was kind of just limiting myself to where my local areas are, and then moving even further down the beach, trying to find waves that there's no one on for safety reasons. And so we're gonna go try this spot, and it's a little bit more open ocean. I'm just hoping that the wind swell moved and pushed enough swell all the way over there. I did prone last night and really learned a lot of stuff. Learned a lot about how the foil underneath you gets really affected by the current very easily. I was kind of getting pushed all over the place because of the amount of wind. There was a ton of wind. I mean, literally, I was kind of nervous just to even, this guy doesn't know what a yield sign is, just to even get the board onto the beach. It was blowing hard, sand was blowing all over the place. But yeah, I got a couple of really fun waves. There was no way to get it on video. It was definitely way too windy for a solo shot. It would have just been shaky, and there's no way I would have been able to find someone ballsy enough to fly a drone. And GoPro footage, that just kind of looks like shit half the time anyway, because I'm not really that good at that, and I'm really not good at foiling either. But having fun, let's go check it out. I might be going in the exact opposite direction if I want to try to surf or foil today. But I'm gonna take a look all the way around. Maybe something's happening. All right, just pulled up, and there isn't a surf rack in sight. Probably a couple fishermen. I don't think I'm gonna end up foiling here. I might have to go to the other place, but let's go take a look anyway, just in case. What a bummer. This place is like really good when it's good, but it's hard to get swell to fill in because it's almost like banked so much. But I love it here. It's a great longboard wave, which would make it a great foil wave as well. I actually see a lot of people like kiting and windsurfing too, so maybe down the road I'll get into that and start doing the winging. That looks like a lot of fun too, but yeah, unfortunately I took a drive just to visit my old stomping grounds, and heading back south, hopefully find something. All right, almost 12 hours later, sun is out. It's actually like 25 degrees warmer than it was this morning. Let's see what's going on. The wind looks pretty good. It's on the lighter side of like southwest, so a touch of building from the south, and then the west is just gonna kind of clean it up. Should be pretty cool for compared to yesterday as far as a much cleaner face, but hopefully it's not too low at the moment. But yeah, we'll go check it out. All right, so we found the spot, and it looks a little shallow, and I'm a little nervous about hitting the foil, but I think as the tide gets deeper, it'll work out. Hopefully it will, but we'll see. But it's nice and clean. It's actually, really wish I had a longboard. I didn't bring one thinking that it was gonna be kind of funky. But actually it looks super loggable. Yeah. Fun. I'm pretty psyched. I am feeling really pretty comfortable at the moment at just popping up, getting up quick, getting right on foil. I'm not breaching as much as I used to. At this particular break tonight, it was a little shallow, so I was definitely a little nervous of hitting the foil on the sandbar, and I was a little nervous also of how far I could actually go. How far I could go on the inside without hitting some sort of sandbar too. Just all in all, I'm starting to get like that pumping kind of sensation. I don't know if I'm doing it right, and I'm almost 100% that it looks terrible. And just getting comfortable with kind of like direction in general. I'm taking off on waves now and just kind of going at them with an angle, which is something new for me. And I think that's kind of what you have to do in order to kind of go down the line. I'm probably skipping a couple steps, and I should probably get better at just riding in the whitewater, but I kind of figured since those waves were kind of lined up, I might as well try them. Probably should have longboarded today. Probably should have brought my longboard to just surf, because those are kind of like ideal longboard waves that I'm looking for. Definitely not foil waves that I'm looking for, but I'm so hooked on this thing right now and just trying to progress kind of in a short amount of time. I mean, this is my fifth or sixth time foiling, and I'm really starting to like get the hang of it. It's just so fun. But yeah, I'm gonna take a couple days off and go surfing, because the waves are supposed to be fun, and kind of like let the foil be, and then come back to it after my little trip, and then yeah, we'll get back on it. Good morning. So after reviewing yesterday's footage, I realized that I'm not going half as far as I thought, so I could not end that episode, because I feel like I was progressing, but I also feel like that if my wave selection was a little bit better, that I could do better. So I am going to try the same spot, and I am just going to work on just trying to go as far as I can, and if I have to pump, I have to pump. If I don't have to pump, then I will not pump. I think that's another thing. I just automatically like treat that thing like a first timer on a shortboard where you pump unnecessarily, and yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna give like a different approach than yesterday. I was psyched on my 2 waves. I also have to say that if you're watching and you're like, why are you surfing near a surfer? That's actually Will's, and Will's is like my good friend that helps me with all of this stuff, helps me with the Surfcraft Union, Surf Soons, all of the production on it, and I make sure to stay very far from him, but we do surf kind of together, just because if I were to get hurt, I want him to be near me so he can kind of help me out. And also, he enjoys surfing with less people as well. Who would have thought? So yeah, we'll go see how this goes and check back soon. So the spot from yesterday is just a little too deep already, but I see another spot that might work, and it's kind of breaking and then fizzling. That could be really good for me to like kind of figure out how to gain speed, all that stuff. So that was a lot more fun than yesterday. Got to chip in. It was a little deeper, so I wasn't worried about like hitting the bottom. But I was psyched that I was able to get a couple pumps. I found that like fluid pumps gain more speed, where the little almost like choppy pumps, I'm really just not doing anything. I'm actually just kind of ruining the momentum. I had a little like turn. It definitely wasn't carvy, but it was a direction change that was awesome. And according to Surfline Sessions, my highest speed was 20 miles an hour. So at one point I was going 20 miles an hour, and my longest wave was 180 feet, which is pretty rad. I definitely was overshooting the wave. I probably should have stayed more in the pocket, although there wasn't really much of a pocket on the waves. Did a pretty nasty taco that was scary, but yeah, pretty psyched on today. I really needed today to happen and to end this episode. I'll be going away for like 2 weeks to do some hiking with my wife and her family, and then when I get back, we'll just start getting right back at it.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you like this episode, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.